everybody, welcome back with me back to the channel. Let's take a look at the challenge. The challenge that we are doing is going to be called RegEx Warrior. So we have RegEx Warrior here. This is the Meta CTF challenge that we are retiring. It is currently worth 250 points, and it says here is a Google form that gives out a flag whenever you submit it. However, you have to guess the answers. Once you successfully submit the form, it will give you the flag. And then there's a little comic here. Let's go ahead and jump right into the Google form. The Google form's title is Mind Guesser, and we have questions here. We have 10 questions, and none of them actually have any questions. So it would be very, very difficult to figure out what exactly they want from us, right? And so the title being RegEx Warrior, we're going to assume we have to do something with RegEx to be able to get these answers. One thing that you can do is go to view page source, and you're going to see there is this one line that is excruciatingly long. We can do line wrap and see. I mean, this is not something that we really want to look at. I don't. So instead, we are going to be doing this a different way. We're going to go to inspect. So if you right click and hit inspect instead, you will see information that we have here. This has been what's been returned to us. There are a lot of drop downs and options. The way that I like to look at it, though, is through the network tab. I'm just going to reload the page. So we'll submit those requests again, and we will get responses back. We have a lot of requests and responses. The one thing that we're going to be looking at, though, one specifically, is the view form. Now, if you're doing this through Burp Suite, or, some other type of proxy, that's totally fine. I just, for this specific challenge, since it's not overly complicated and we don't need to do a ton of features, and Burp tends to slow down my computer, I'm just using the good old inspect tab. Now we're going to scroll and scroll and scroll until we find question 1, right? So it seems like here we're kind of getting into this as the actual form. Now we're going to use our eyes and try and find question 1, which ends up being right here. The font is small, but don't worry, this is going to not last that long. So we see question 1, and then we have some information here. It seems like we have a dictionary. This "you guessed wrong" is interesting, but right next to it, then we're going to have apples, right? So that is interesting. So we can go ahead and type in apples here in question 1, and that looks good. That's easy enough, right? Now, when we go to question 2, looks like pretty quickly right here, we see question 2. And this time in that bracket, we have 1337. So 1337. And yeah, you can basically just keep going. Now, the further the questions go, down to 10, the more complicated the RegEx is going to be. And because this sprint is so small, I kind of already pulled everything out for us that we're going to need, since you know how to access them yourself if you want to. I'm not going to make you strain your eyes to see that. So I already pulled out the dictionaries here, and then kind of just pulled out the important piece, which is RegEx down here. So for question 3, you're going to see we have peaches or apples. That marker is or, so you can type in either one, whichever you prefer. Now, going back to this kind of Google form, if we type in peaches, and I will exit out of this since we kind of have all of the RegEx pieces pulled out that we need. If we type in peaches, we can see all right, it seems to accept that answer. If we type in peaches with an exclamation point, you'll see that you guessed wrong. So what's nice is you have immediate feedback. You'll know if the form is going to accept that answer or not. The questions get a little bit more complicated each time. Now we have something like this with the brackets and the 7, and we have a lot, right? So we're going to copy that, and we're going to use a tool or a website, I would say, called RegEx EXR. This one is new to me. Previously, I've used RegEx 101 pretty frequently, which I like. This tool I actually really like too, because it breaks down each component of the RegEx string, and it will basically tell you how it works each time, which is phenomenal, which is great. And it makes this way easier for you. So we have this bracket in between here, and it's basically saying match any character in the set. So between A through F and 1 through 9. So let's type in A1, and then we're gonna have this again, A through F, but this time it's 0 through 9. Let's just do A0. And we need this 7 times. So this last one here, right? We're gonna need the preceding token 7 times. So we're gonna copy this, Control, copy, and I'm just gonna do it until it matches. And that looks like we have a match. I think it's because, yeah, the whole thing just matches because the A and 1 works for both of them. And yeah, let's go ahead and put that in our sheets for question 4. Paste it. Awesome. Question 5. I will just copy this out of my Word document here so that we can just plug it right into the RegEx R website. Now for this one, this is going to come with some extra dashes if you are pulling it out of the form or the sheet that we have, that response. So just remove the extra dashes, the escapes. And now here, so you can see at the bottom, I wonder if there's a way I can move this up. It does not look like it. But at the bottom, let's just start with the first one. So it says an escape character match between 0 and 1 of them. I'm just going to forget it if we don't need it, if it's optional, whatever. Then we have a /D, which means match any digit character between 0 and 9. And then you can see kind of right after that, we have 3. So we need between 0 and 9 3 times. So let's just do 1, 1, 1, 1. And now we have kind of like this first capture group. So we need a space, or we could do a dash. I don't know why I have 4 ones. I'm going to remove one of those. And then I'm going to do a dash here. Now, again, we have this D. We're going to need to match any 3 characters between 1 and 9. So let's just do 2, 2, 2, 2. And as you can see, like, it's probably a phone number. Because then we're going to have this like space or dash again. We pick the dash. Now we have the /D again 4 times. So let's just do 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. Awesome. So that is probably what most likely is a phone number. And we'll go ahead and paste that in there for 5. Let me get the regex for 6. And if you want to skip to the end, if you know how to do all these and prefer to just skip to the end, I'll put a marker at the time for you. But if you had some questions or were struggling with maybe like some particular string or particular question, definitely stick around and we'll go over them. Here, this one, obviously, these are getting a lot longer. So the first capture group that we have here is you're going to need a 0. So we're typing in that 0. We are going to need, after that 0, a character between 1 and 9. So I'll just do 1. But there is the option. So we have this or, right? So either 0 through 9 or 1 through 0 through 2. We already need a phone number. We're going to say this one's a date, right? So we'll just go ahead and do our date. Oh, and see how we have that error because I didn't remove the additional escape. Just remove those. Okay, now we're going to need that backslash. And now we're on to capture group 2, 0. What's today? Today is the 5th when I'm recording this. Probably won't launch on the 5th, but we'll just put 05 for now. And you could probably just put whatever date it is where you are. I think this is like if you're outside of America and you have it's different, you know, rotated or whatever. Sorry. But for this question, we're doing 01, 05, so month, day, year. We're going to do another slash, and we already have the other slash. 0 through 9, we're going to need it 4 times, so we're just going to do 2024, and we have a match. So again, we'll put that into the answer box here, and it doesn't complain. On to number 7. I'll copy that. All right. The first capture group is pretty large. So we're going to need 2 different characters, right? Match any character in the set. And we're going to need 2 to 5 of them, as we can see here, between 2 and 5 of any character in this set. I'm just going to do the dashes. Now that we have those 2, you're going to see this like /U0026 escape that matches the little and sign. Or you can select a @ sign, exclamation point, the little caret, the pound sign, or hashtag. You just need to match any character in the set, so you don't need all of these. You can choose which ones you want to use. You just have to match 1 or more. I'm going to do the @ sign. And that's what the plus sign is, 1 or more. And now we have this between 3 and 5. So this capture group, the entire thing that we've already typed out, right? We're going to need between 3 and 5 of them. So I'm just going to copy what we already have and paste that in there 3 times. Then we're going to have a space, the FTW, exclamation points. And that is our answer for question 7. Obviously, yours can look different than mine because I'm using the options that are available. You might use different options. That is totally okay. Now, looks like that didn't complain. So we'll move on to question 8 here. Let's see. All right. Now, capital M or lowercase m is going to be the first option. You just have to choose one or the other. We'll do capital M, and then we're going to need the ETA. Then we have the same option again, like for M, but we have CTF. So that one's easy enough. The space. Now we have is, so we're going to need to type that. And then after that, we have another space, and we have a lot of options. So you can either choose cool, amazing, or awesome, or you can use rocks. Let's go ahead and type in rocks. Then we'll have an exclamation point at the end here, and we're going to need 2 of those exclamation points. Oh, see, okay, here, I messed up, but it's kind of a good example with this. The whole thing before this is an option, or the whole thing after this is an option, right? So you're not going to use is rocks, obviously. No, obviously. But you could do is cool, amazing, or awesome, or you can just say rocks. So if I remove this is, there we go. So that's kind of like a good learning option, learning experience for that. You can learn by my mistakes here. Now, question 9, it didn't complain about question 8. Question 9 is a little bit more interesting. I'll add that. All right. Flag, that's easy. We just need to type in flag. Now we have the not colon sign. What is that thing called? I forget. We have that not colon. I don't know why. I think I just was on vacation for too long. Or you can do the space and is. We'll just do the space and is. Then we're going to have another space. In this, you actually, again, remember, as we did in previous questions, we're going to need to remove these double space or these double backslashes. We just need one of them. Now, the /s, that means match any character that is not a white space character. So it can be alphanumerical, but you can't use like spaces, tabs, or line breaks. I'm just going to use like M, and we're going to need 10 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to have another S here, and it says same thing as we did before. And then for that, though, it says match one or more. So you can, I'm just going to type in another M, and then we have a match. Now, you can choose a word if you would like to, or you could, just do what I did. It just has to be 11 digits or more. Copy that, and we're almost done. We have question 10. Now this one is very long, but it's actually not terrible. I don't think question 10 was the hardest one when I did this the first time. This question, or the regex string here, does have a dot. We haven't seen a dot yet in the previous ones. That just says match any character except line breaks. Or you can use I or he, she, and yeah, that's like the first one. So I'm just going to type in she, right? So we have this option to do a capital S, H-E. Then we have our space here, and we can type in AM as an am or IS as an is. So I will just do is, another space, and then a/W. The /W matches any word or character. We just need 10 of them. So any word or character that is 10 digits. Any word or character, any word 10 digits long. I'm just going to type in another M. Now we have a comma option, or we can do a space and. I'm just going to do space and another W, and that needs to be between 5 and 10 digits. So we'll do just 5. And there we go. We have a match. I'm going to copy that, put that in question 10, and submit. Amazing. We have another format to put into our RegEx website. We do have to evaluate this to get the flag. But I do want to show you one thing. So if we go back to the form here, and we do what I did before, which was hit inspect, go to network, refresh, go to form, all of these steps, right? In case you forgot. And we're going to scroll all the way down here till eventually we're going to see this, I think it's Facebook public load data here. This is going to show you all of the questions, but we're going to need to go past all of them after 10 towards the end here. We're at question 8, a little bit longer. All right, after question 10, it says, great job, regex warrior, for demonstrating your ability to read minds. Here's the flag format. So you could actually not answer any of those questions if you do not want to do the regex on those. But obviously I saved it to the end because it's good practice. So you could just get the flag format. That is available in the original form that we were looking at, and you could just do that and submit that flag if you want a shortcut. So that, sorry, I waited till the end to tell you that. Let me see here. All right, so another really long capture group. We're gonna start off with between 4 and 6 characters between 0 and 9. I'm just going to do 0 4 times. Then we're going to have the underscore here and A, capital A through Z 3 times. I'm just going to do 3 A's. And we're going to need that underscore to the end of the A's between 2 and 8 times. So I'm just going to do it twice, right? Make it as short as possible. And then you're going to have another underscore. Now that whole entire capture group that we've already typed out, we need it twice. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it. And finally, we have a range between 0 to Z. Plus sign matches 1 or more. I'm just going to do capital Z. And copy that. I already submitted this. I already submitted this because this is my second time doing it. But it does work. I can promise you that. So hopefully this was a fun challenge for you. Hopefully you learned something. I always like to brush up on my regex because I feel like I do it not super frequently, or I use the same ones all the time for my day-to-day job. So this is great, and hopefully you found a new tool that you could use in the future. But thanks for joining us, everybody. I will see you in future videos for more meta CTF challenges that we will be retiring in the future. And yeah, make sure you sign up for our cyber range, and I'll see you again. Bye, everybody.